Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or even like a good very late night, depending on where you are. Welcome to C-Level Advanced Toastmasters meeting today. And we are so excited because today it's a very special meeting that we not only have, that we won't have the normal meeting format, but a training about a very juicy topic, that is debate. Yeah, I don't know about you, but whenever I heard of debate, I always feel like very scared because since that I was like teenager in high school, whenever I see someone on the stage like debating with each other, I always felt like it's something so aggressive. It's like the constant battling one another, and my mindset change when I actually learn and understand more about what debate is actually about, because it is not just like a kind of like battling that you have to put people down, but it's something that can help you to learn about critical thinking, learn about persuasive speaking, and of course learn about how to respect yourself and your opponent also, because this is like a sport when we learn to critical thinking and also arguing about a topic. And I also really curious about like what can a new person who like knows nothing about debate like me can actually have the very first baby step to understand about this and maybe grow more love into it and find out what debate can help me in my real life. And that's why we are so excited when Toastmaster Bill Tran, our trainer today, he raised up and he said, hey, maybe I can have a workshop training for C-level about debate. And I said, yeah, let's do it. And that's why we have the session today. So before we go into our training today, I would like to have a little introduction to you because we have some new guests, Toastmaster Kim, a usual coming guest, but we also have Toastmaster Nhật Linh and Toastmaster Golden today. For our C-Level Advanced Toastmaster Club, we are kind of the first advanced club in Vietnam in which we have many talented Toastmaster from all different clubs. And most of our members are like dual members, which means they join more than 2 different clubs outside from C-Level, and they are very experienced. Also, that's why in C-Level Toastmaster meeting, you will see that we have different formats. We will try to do something a little bit more challenging, but no less fun than the other clubs. So I hope that when you have the meeting with us today, you will have a lot of new knowledge and also a lot of fun time knowing about our friends here, our Toastmaster, and also learning about debate. So, are you guys ready to join our training today? If you're ready, can you please have me a heart on the screen? Let's throw some heart to show our energy today. Are you ready for our training today? Oh, I see Holland with a heart and he's appearing. Oh, David is so full of heart and even Golden have the hearts. Oh, okay. That's excited. Hello, chị Nguyệt Chu. Yeah, so excited to see you here. Okay, and before we go into the amazing session of Bill, we are going to have a little introductions about all of the roles who will facilitate the meeting today. So me, as the president of the club, today I will be the Toastmaster of the day who will have to run through all the roles and ensure that our meeting is on time and run smoothly. And also accompany with me, allow me to share our agenda again on the screen for all of you to view. We are going to have Toastmaster Hương Ly as our general evaluator. She will observe the whole flow of the meeting and give us the general evaluation, and Toastmaster David as the ad timer, and Toastmaster Tuyền as the listener. So in order not to waste too much time of everyone, so we have decided that our role holders will make the introduction at the front, but they will keep a close eyes on you in every single minute of this meeting. So please be careful with your or please listen carefully to everyone so you do not miss the information, because our timer, our listener, and our GE is going to have a full recap at the end of the meeting. Okay, big clap of applause for all of our key role holders. Yay! Okay, so now we will go to our training by Toastmaster Bill Tran. Yeah, I'm really excited about this workshop because through the many months that I got to know Toastmaster Bill, I've learned that he is a very intellectual, very hardworking, and also have awesome, sexy voice. So that's why whenever you see Toastmaster Bill on the screen, you won't have a sleepy time at all. So let's welcome on our stage Toastmaster Bill Tran with the training about debate for newbies. Welcome!
Thank you so much. And what a wonderful introduction. I don't think I can top that one. So I'll just share my screen now, if that is okay. And do you see my screen now? Excellent. Okay. So this is my C-level beginners debating workshop. And today it's, so good evening, everyone. It's my honor to convene tonight's debate skills workshop. And I'll start off with a short introduction of why we debate. And then I will discuss the debate structure, the three pillars of debating. And then we'll have a mini debate workshop, and then we'll move on to the primary debate. And I'm really looking forward to this. And I really encourage all of our members, even if you've never done debating before, just give it a go because it's just so helpful. So how many of you have ever found yourself in a heated discussion, talking about politics, social issues, or even which coffee shop is the best? Well, that passion you feel when you're defending your viewpoint, that's the essence of debating. So can anybody here tell me what debating is? Feel free to get off your microphone or put your answers in the chat there. Anybody? I'm afraid I can't see any comments. So if somebody can just
Oh, so the
let me know.
question is, what is debate, right, Bill?
Yeah. So if you can tell me what you think debating is.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so basically, just three words. Art of persuade. Nothing more.
Yeah.
Nothing
That's a
more.
good one. That's a good one. Anybody else?
So I just want to add on to what Tuấn Hiệp just said. I think that there are several layers or levels. Like at first, you need to express your perspectives about a specific topic, and then the second step is really to justify why you think it makes sense.
Yep, absolutely. So this is what I look at debating as. So debating is, and a really good answer. So debating is a structured argumentation where teams present opposing cases on a topic. And unlike a casual argument, debating has clear roles, time limits, and an evaluation criteria. So why do we debate? And exactly like what Hip has said, the core principle is that we debate to persuade. The ability to persuade is essential to our professional and personal lives. Why should a company hire you? Why should a person choose you as a life partner? Why should somebody follow you in your political beliefs? And maybe why is Pho in Saigon better than that in Hanoi? I don't think that was a really debate, was it? But it also does things such as it helps sharpen your critical thinking and response skills. It improves your ability to structure arguments logically. It builds confidence in handling challenging questions. It enhances your listening skills and the ability to respond to opposing viewpoints. But for me, the most important thing of all is that debating is fun. So for this workshop, I will discuss a very basic style of debating. Now, there are many different styles of formal debating, including British parliamentary, American parliamentary, Lincoln Douglas public forum, even Australasian. But for the purpose of this workshop, we'll just use the basic 3x3 versus 3 format. So in a basic debate, there are 2 teams of 3 speakers. So the affirmative will argue for the topic. The negative team argues against the topic. The adjudicator is the judge or an evaluator, and their role is to determine who is the winner and provide an explanation for their decision. Now, the chairperson is like the boss, and they will ensure that the meeting runs smoothly. They'll introduce each speaker, and they quite often act as a timer. Usually for the time, they'll ring the bell once, 1 minute before the end of the allocated time, and then 2 rings at the end of the allocated time limit. Now, if the speaker speaks excessively over time, the chair will usually continuously ring the bell or will just simply end the speech. So normally each speaker speaks for about 6 to 8 minutes, although for today's workshop, each debater will only be expected to speak for about 2 to 3 minutes. And normally topics are announced about 30 to 60 minutes before the debate. So the debate structure, now I've given you the debate structure, and going against my usual principle, I've made the slide a little bit wordy, but it usually follows that you have each team has 3 speakers, and then you'll have the first affirmative who'll make the speech, and then it will be the first negative who'll make the response. Then you'll have the second negative, the third affirmative, and then finally you have the third negative speaker. Now, the first speaker of the affirmative team usually will define the debate. They'll outline their argument and they'll discuss their team split. So what do I mean by that? They'll talk about what they will speak about, what their second person, and then they'll introduce their final speaker. The first negative will come up afterwards, and they'll either agree or disagree with the definition stated by the affirmative speaker. And they may propose and argue for a counter definition. They'll then outline their team's argument, they'll discuss the team split, and then they will rebut the arguments of the first affirmative. And then they'll present about 2 to 3 arguments against the topic. The second affirmative, now generally speaking, the second speakers of each team are the main attackers. So the second speaker will resolve any definitional issues if necessary. They'll then rebut the arguments made by the first negative, and then they'll present 2 to 3 arguments in favor of their team's argument. The second speaker of the negative team will then rebut the arguments made by the affirmative team, and then they'll present 2 to 3 arguments. Now, the final speakers generally are the summarizers, and the third affirmative will rebut the arguments made by the entire negative team, and then they'll summarize their team's arguments. And then the final speaker, who is the third negative, they'll rebut all the arguments by the affirmative team, and then they'll summarize the arguments by their team. And generally speaking, the third speakers do not introduce any new information. So what are some do's and don'ts of a debate? Well, the do's are you have to have a clear definition, stay on the topic, have a very clear structure and logic to your argument, support your arguments with evidence, logic, and examples, support your teammates, and remember to rebut respectfully. Your tone should be more in the formal, your language should be formal in language and tone, and you do not ever speak directly to your opposition. Speak to the audience, speak to the adjudicator, speak to the chair, but do not speak to your opposition. Speak clearly and confidently, and always be respectful. So what are your don'ts? Don't ever make an ad hominem attack. So does anybody know what an ad hominem attack is? That is an attack against the person. Don't insult other people. Don't attack the person, attack the subject. Don't rely on emotion without evidence or logic. Don't interrupt other speakers. Don't go off topic, and don't twist the logical or become illogical. And it is generally frowned upon for a third speaker to introduce new material. And most of all, don't be disrespectful. So when you and your team are being assessed, they are assessed on 3 main criteria, which I like to call the yummy pillar. And so they are the matter, method, and manner. Generally, matter makes up about 40% of your score, and that's the substance of your argument. It's got to be logical, it's got to support your team's position, and your conclusions have to follow your premise. The method usually makes up about 20% of your score, and that's your structure. That is how you organize and present your case. And it's about adapting to what your opponents have to say. And do you have a clear introduction, a logical flow, and a strong conclusion? And the final one is your manner, and that actually makes up 40% of your score, and that is your delivery style. Are you making eye contact, your gestures, and are you presenting with a confident stance? And what is about your vocal variety? Is it clear? Is it audible? And is it in a professional tone? So, well, with all of that said, can anybody tell me what they think the most important aspect is of a formal debate? Anybody? Now, I can't read the comments for some reason. I don't have any visible evidence. Okay, yeah. Anybody else?
Well, preparation and anticipation. You know, you have to do your work before coming to the stage.
Okay. Preparation.
The teamwork.
Teamwork. Okay. All of that is really, really important. But to me, the most important is the definition. And let me tell you why. That your definition is the foundation for your team's argument. It sets the terms of reference for the strategy of your team. It provides a framework for your evaluation, and a good definition should be in the spirit of the debate. So now I'm going to show you an example of a bad definition. If you see this topic, that smoking should be banned, what do you think of? And before you provide that answer, just let me step back a bit, right? If I said to Antonio, hey, Antonio, can you stop smoking? What would you reasonably assume that I am asking? If I said, Antonio, stop smoking. Anybody?
Then smoking is bad?
That's
Sure.
smoking?
Yep. So would it be reasonable to assume that I'm asking Antonio to stop smoking cigarettes, right? So it wouldn't be reasonable that I'm asking him to stop driving his car or cooking a barbecue or doing anything else that generates smoke, right? So likewise, in this bad definition, that smoking should include anything generated by fire, such as barbecues, incense, or internal combustion engines. Therefore, we argue that anything that generates smoke should be bad. Now, this is a bad definition because it unnecessarily broadens the topic, and it's not within the logic or spirit of the debate. So here's a good definition. We define smoking as an act of inhaling or exhaling the smoke of burning tobacco products, including cigarettes, cigars, and pipes. To ban smoking means to make the sale, purchase, and public use of tobacco products illegal under the law. This debate will focus on whether government should implement a comprehensive ban on smoking in the interests of public health. So what makes this a good definition? So first of all, it's clear and specific. It's a fair and debatable definition, and the definition is reasonable and logical. So we're going to now move on to a little mini debate. I'm looking for maybe 2 or 3 volunteers from each side. So from the affirmative and the negative side. And just make it about a 1-minute speech. So let's do an open workshop here, right? And the topic here is that cats are better than dogs. So would anybody like to volunteer for the affirmative position? I cannot see a, for some reason, I have shut my, they have shut my
You cannot
commentary.
see participants? Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe here we can have a little bit survey. How many people in our team here are having cats? Cats? Oh, I see Antonio raising his
Antonio?
hand. What about the others? If you don't have cat, Tuyền, Nhật
I
Minh,
don't have any cat and dogs.
and Miss Chúc, Miss Tiết. You don't have cats? Oh my gosh.
I don't have any pets.
Anyone have dogs here?
But what about used to? I used to have like 3 cats, but
Yeah, used to. Yes.
Yeah.
And
What
you
is a dog?
So Antonio, you would like to argue for the affirmative. So who else would like to argue that cats are better than dogs?
that cats are better than dog. Maybe me. I am also like I have 2 cats now.
Grinan? Yeah. Okay. And who would like to be the final speaker for the affirmative?
For affirmative team, maybe Golden because he has cats.
Golden? Okay.
well, Golden is name of a breed of,
Of
dog.
a dog, yes.
Sure,
But he had cats.
I'm rooting for cats. Yeah. Well, I've got my dog team. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Dog team for Golden. Okay. Okay. Anybody else would like, or I will choose you.
I will choose for you. Let's
Okay,
have a Toastmaster Chúc because she has to leave soon. So
Okay. Okay. As affirmative.
yeah, you wanna
Okay.
be the cat or dog?
I want to choose dogs.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Truk will be for the negative team.
We have our
But
wonderful
I would
guy,
encourage, it doesn't matter how,
Colin.
it doesn't really matter which team. Just challenge yourself, even if you disagree. Okay.
I could join too.
Okay.
Oh,
No. And which team?
cat or dog?
It's the cat team for
Cat,
now.
okay.
You only
Oh, yep. That's it. We've got everyone filled for, is it? No.
yes.
Okay. And final speaker for negative.
One more dog. One more dog, please.
One
Holland.
more. Holland?
Holland, do you want to be the dog team?
Woof.
Oof. What is that?
I don't have pets, but I like dogs.
Okay.
Okay. So you'll argue on for the dog team. Okay. So let's explore the definition. Would anybody like to try? Because cats and dogs are really good in terms of a definitional argument. In cats, we might say, okay, for the purposes of this debate, we would like to say that we would like to limit cats to domestic cats as opposed to other members of the cat family, such as lions or tigers. So we would like, in this debate, to argue for domestic pets as opposed to the general purpose. How would you accept that, Antonia?
Well, before that, I have one question. It means that when we set the definition, it means that we limit on the scope or then the type.
Exactly. So we actually
Yes,
set the
exactly.
scope and we limit our scope as well. So
Actually, it's not a scope. It's about
Sorry, Bill, please continue.
oh, so it could be about a scope. It could be the strategy that you set for your debate. So that's why definition is so important. But again, your negative team may even disagree with that definition. They might turn in and say, oh, actually, we disagree against the definition. We prefer to argue that this is all cats, including lions, tigers, whatever.
Is that okay?
That is fine. As long as it is something that is reasonable and follows the logic of the topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Let's go. So, Antonio, as our first speaker, would you like to give it a try? And your microphone is off.
Okay. As a person who raised both dogs and cats in his house, and all of them are from adoptions, I truly believe that cat is a much, much better pet. And let me tell you a few reasons why. The very first reason that I can come up with, and definitely is the case on my life, is that they are very clean. Most of the time when you raise a cat, you don't really have to do anything to take care of its hygiene. but it takes care of itself. However, most dogs require constant cleaning, especially if you walk them out under the heavy rain or going to the beach, then you are in for a good treat. I believe that for all of the cat owner or the dogs owner out there, definitely the cat owners have to spend less money when it comes to hygienic problems. Another thing that I can also think of is that cats are litter trained, which means if you have, saying, like a box of litter within a house, then definitely the cat will find a place to poop and pee. However, when it's come to the dog, if you leave them inside the house without any care or whatsoever, they will litter your house. And because of that, you will have to pay attention to the dog all the time. Think about the time when you have to go somewhere far, like going on the trip or something like that. It will be impossible for you to take care of the dog. That's why I believe cats are the better pet. Thank you.
Thank you. Just one observation. As this first speaker, you're meant to introduce. So what you do is you have to start off with a definition. You'll introduce your team members and then just present 1 or 2 arguments, or 2 to 3 arguments, but in the time limit, just a very short argument of why. So it's more of an introduction, but that's great. That's a great start. And Golden, as the first speaker of the negative team, I invite you now to make your speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. But first, may I know who are on my team? Because
yes, I can't access the oh, hang on. Oh, yes, I can access it now. My apologies. Your negative team, I should have written it down.
Toastmaster Trúc and Toastmaster Holland.
Holland.
Thank you. So thank you very much, everyone. This is Golden, and we are the group who would argue that dogs are better pets and companions for a human than cats. And on our team, we have me, first speaker, then Trúc, then Holland. So for a start, we are on a common ground with Antonio's team in that we define dogs here as domesticated dogs to serve as companions or even servants for human. And from that point of view, I would argue that we have to look at it from an utility point of view. Utility means, what do we gain from these companions, from these friends that we took time to domesticate and live with us in our house? Toastmaster Bill talks about the cost, the maintenance, cost maintenance. Okay, about the hygienes, about the potty training, toilet. Yes, we all know the trouble of having a dog. You have to walk it, you have to teach it to use the toilet, and cats seemingly a cleaner. But we have to look at the utility, the benefits of having a dog. A dog, I would argue, is a much better companion for 2 reasons. It's loyalty. Think about the Hachiko dog in Japanese. A dog always defends and almost never betrays its owner. And secondly, friendship, emotional support as a companion. Have you ever watched a hero movie where a hero has a dog as his friend, as his sidekick?
Thank you, Golden. Sorry, you've gone really over time, but that's okay.
Sorry. Thank you.
Yep. Couple of things I've observed about Golden. I really like the fact that Golden took on the definition. He introduced his team members, and he gave a brief mention of what he would talk about. Just a little bit over time, but that was a really good introduction. So now I will introduce Gwen Ann as our second speaker of the affirmative team. Gwen Ann.
Yes, here I am. Okay. From the affirmative team, I would like to input more about our definition of cats here we are talking about cats who are like domestic, and we would not say about other species of cats like living in the jungle or not, like basically cats you are keeping as pet. So the reasons that made by the negative team is like very reasonable, but I would like to say that cats are also friends and animals that can give us a source of loyalty and friendship and emotional support too. Just imagine that I have cats because I'm a cat owner and usually previously also a dog owner. I felt like when we have cats at home and sometimes they will like come to me and like cling to me, and it is still like the same feeling that they're still giving us a friendly approach and also the love that similar to the dogs that could be. And also for some, I think some more reasons why cats may be better than dogs. It is because cats, it doesn't need as much attention as the dogs, because like having a very busy life like me, for example, and I know that most of us like in this work life rat race, you have to work like 8-7 hours a day, and when you're coming back there's just like so much stuff to do, especially if you have family. And a dog is like need a lot of attention, just like something that Antonio has said, the hygiene, the training, everything. So cats, they can care for themselves. Yeah, they don't take much of your time.
Thank you so much. And thank you very much for you. And great first debate attempt, Gwinan. So what was about Gwinan's argument? It was really good. So she presented the main case of her team's argument, the lack of maintenance, the affection that cats give. She made a great argument. The only thing is the first part of your debate as a second speaker should be dedicated to rebutting the arguments presented by your opposition team. And I liked it how Gwinan rephrased the definition, or just just went further into the definitional argument of the debate. So after you do that, then you would move on to a rebuttal, and then you would make your argument. But otherwise, great first effort. Thank you so much. Now I would like to introduce the second speaker of the negative team, Drew. Drew, welcome.
Yes. When I said that, we have a lot of benefits when we have cats. But for me, because I have both cats and dogs, so I know that dogs have a lot of advantages. For example, they are loyal animals, and they can protect us. For example, whenever we go outside, the dog can have you to keep the door, keep your house. Maybe someone stranger enter, and they will park it. And they will park him or her. And for example, because you say that whenever you take for a long holiday and you need to find a place to take care. For me, I live in a big house and I have a garden, so I have with a big family, so I don't need to do that, because if I go out for a long time, even for a long time, 1 or 2 weeks, or even 1 month, I have the person to take care of my dogs, and they don't have so much time to feed it, because if you are too busy, so maybe you use a tool and you repair available food, and whenever they feel hungry, they will eat it. So I think that no worry about how much time you spend for. Okay, yeah, that's it. So time's up, right?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Drew. And fantastic that and great first effort, Drew. Well done. You've come up and you've given it a go, and I really like that. So you've presented your main argument, and that's fantastic. I would suggest, because you are the negative team, a lot of your time should be dedicated to rebutting. Come up and say, I'd like to address the misleading statements made by the affirmative team. Now, the affirmative team have said this and this and this. We disagree because factually this, and this. Then move on to your argument. So start off with your rebuttal because you are the negative team, then move on to making your argument. But well done. That's fantastic. Great first effort. So now I will introduce and my apologies if I pronounce your name incorrectly, Nuet, as the third speaker of the affirmative team. Welcome, Nuet.
Thank you. So may I ask about the deliverable that I'm supposed to do? Can you just show that slide one more time? Because I'm so confused right now.
Oh, okay,
What
yes.
I'm supposed to do as a third member of the team.
So as the third member of the team, you will, first of all, rebut any of the arguments or disagree with any of the arguments presented by the negative team. So find any you might call a factual or inaccuracy of your debate, of your opposition, then move on to summarizing the points of your team members. So rebut. So did the negative team say anything that you may have disagreed with?
Yeah, so the negative team mentioned a lot about loyalty, but I want to, I really disagree with this for two reasons. First, when it comes to loyalty, they defined it as something, let me just step back. They think loyalty is something, some kind of security that dogs can provide for your houses. But let's go back to the very core idea right here. So you have a dog and you treat them like a companion. You are not expecting them to be like your security guard, right? If you are so concerned about security, then just invest in your the security system of your home. And if something happens to your dog, just because there's a, let's say someone breaks into your house, would you be fine with your dog that got hurt because of that? That's one thing. And another thing is that in terms of the utilities, they mentioned a lot about utilities, but let's go back to the reason why you want to have a dog. Again, you have a cat or dog, you want a companion, and you want to, let's say, have them as a friend, not as a tool or, okay, time's up, okay.
Oh, no. Still 20 seconds.
All right, so I wanted to summarize our key points here. So cats are really low maintenance pets, and that's true. You don't have to take care of them too much. And secondly, you have a companion that can support you emotionally.
Great. Thank you so much, Annette. And fantastic is this your first time debating?
Yes, it was my very first time.
Fantastic first effort. Love it. So what was the elements that was just made your first effort really good? First of all, you started off with a rebuttal. You rebutted and you gave some really good reasons why the opposition didn't make a very good argument. You went through with points and examples and pointed out whatever you might see as the factual inaccuracies from the opposition. Secondly, you summed up the points made by your team. You didn't introduce new arguments, but you summarized what your teammates have said, and that was fantastic. Now, obviously, only with a 1.5 minute limit, you're very limited in scope, but it was a really, really great first effort. So well done. So now, for our final speaker, I'll introduce Holland as the final third negative speaker. Over to you, Holland.
Thank you. I would like to emphasize from the beginning that everything that the positive team said is true. Example, the litter at home is one thing, but we should argue that having to go out with a dog give you the opportunity to having an active life, not having to stay at home all the time, having a sedentary life. And also, you said that the team said that if we need security, we should invest in a camera. We agree with that, but at the same time, we should argue that having a dog that we can train, we can have more things that we can train them on, like having a companion that can help disabled people. And finally, having a dog to support you as an emotional companion is one of the best things that we should argue on. Cat And dogs, they are good companion, but dogs, they have the title of having the best companionship and being the best friend of the human being. All of those things made us, me and my team, agree that cats are not the better than dogs. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And right on the time limit. Now, Holland it was a great first ever. Is this your first time as well?
Yes.
And Holland did a technique that I've only ever seen in an advanced debater. And I was absolutely blown away by this. What Holland did was he used what they call a steel man defense. So in rebutting the opposition, he actually emphasized and spoke about the good points made by the opposition. Very, very rare, but it's a really powerful technique, especially in the art of persuasion, by actually emphasizing the opposition's argument, saying, yeah, actually, some of your points have been really good, and this is the reasons why. However, this is our reasoning against it. So you strengthened, lifted the opposition, but then you presented why your case, why dogs were better than cats. So great first ever. Everybody, I'm just really impressed. Everyone had a go, and I'm so impressed by all of you who've done this for your first time. Just well done. So I know I'm very much over time now. So just to end it up, so for me, keeping in mind that debating isn't just about winning at all costs. It's about thoroughly and persuasively exploring ideas. Developing debating skills can enhance your Toastmasters, professional and personal life. And the best debaters are capable of arguing both sides of an issue because they have a deep understanding of the complexity of important topics. And if there's just one thing I want you to take out of this workshop is that debating is a fun intellectual sport. Thank you very much, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Wow, everyone, please give Bill a big clap of applause. Wow, that is like a very basic, but also like very detailed and logical training. Now I feel like, oh, it makes more sense. Every time that I make debate, I just like go with my instinct. But when I go follow the structure, I feel like, wow, it's an art of working with your team, following one another idea and back it up. It's like, wow, truly like a sportships. So great. And everyone, that is just like the training part because now we are going to the debate session, the main juicy one of today. Do you know that before we go our training today, we have posted like 5 different topics on our Facebook? Did you vote on it?
No.
No? Somebody like, no?
Yeah,
You
no.
voted on it, right?
Because I'm educator. How can I vote?
I don't know, but maybe I can show you. We have like many fun topic because Bill has thought of like some topic like is it like okay to wear pajama outside, or he even say that maybe phở in Ho Chi Minh is better than phở in Hanoi. And I think that those are like very fun topics to debate on. But you know which topic has won the most favorite one? Can anyone tell that for me? Or should I open the vote again?
Say something about emotional intelligence is like matters more than IQ in leadership.
Yes, that's right. Instead of some funny and lame topic, people choose that EQ is more important for leaders than IQ.
If I have to choose, I will choose pineapple in pizza.
I like a pineapple pizza too. Why?
I
Why?
love that topic as well, but it gets very heated in Australia. There's a lot of Italians in Australia and they get very passionate on that topic.
I don't understand, right? We could have fun, but okay, because we are like a educational leadership club, so we will debate about EQ better than IQ. Fine. Well, with that said, now we are going to the live debate sessions. And guess what? Bill is going to be the main host of this session too, because I have no idea what to do. So the stage is back to Bill.
Thank you so much. And I will share the screen again. Okay. So tonight's debate topic is that emotional intelligence is better than IQ in leadership. So again, I'm going to ask for some volunteers for the affirmative team and some volunteers for the negative team. This time, we'll limit the speaking time for each speaker for 2 to 3 minutes. And Guinan, if you can set up a breakout room, we'll give it about how much time is okay? It's 15 minutes, 20 minutes for preparation?
Maybe we only live to 8:30, around 10
So
minutes.
8:30, so 10 minutes. Okay, so let's do 10 minutes for preparation, and we'll have the affirmative team have their own breakout room and the negative team have a breakout room for preparation.
Yes.
Okay. So who would like to volunteer for the affirmative?
Sorry for interruption. May I ask you for some advantage for newbie? Like as a educator, I want to join team affirmative team and also help them to plan everything.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind that. I will be coming back into each of the breakout rooms so to help. But if you would like to participate in the debate, but my preference is to have somebody who's inexperienced. So give it a go.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
have some new guests like maybe Nhật Minh and Toastmaster Thiep, our member. Yeah. And also Toastmaster Nga, because they haven't participated in the training yet.
Yeah.
I would like everyone to talk today.
Yeah. So for affirmative, who would like to be an affirmative? And I will give you a hand in your breakout room.
Tuyền is raising her hand.
Dwayne. Excellent. Dwayne. Okay, excellent. Dwayne, you're the first speaker of the affirmative. Who would like to be the second and third speakers of the affirmative?
Nhật Minh, you volunteer for the affirmative, right? Yes, Nhật Minh. Okay, one last spot,
Okay.
everyone.
One last spot.
One last spot if you agree that EQ is more important than IQ for a leadership role. Oh my God! No one
Anybody?
else. Oh, okay.
You can choose
You have
Bill.
not participated yet.
Who?
How about Toastmaster Nga or Toastmaster Thiep?
Thiep? Yeah, Thiep.
Me, I want to be on the opposing team.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
opposing team.
excellent.
Wow,
Excellent.
she said one word and it's like,
Okay. First speaker of the negative.
Mix
Okay,
left.
final speaker of the negative team.
Toastmaster Nga, how about you? Which team?
Yes, I was the third person in the team.
Okay, affirmative.
Okay. Okay. And second and third speakers for the negative team, please.
Negative. Okay.
Golden. Mark Moy.
Holland, join again.
Holland.
Yeah, you did it. Excellent. Now try the second one, okay?
Okay. For the negative team.
I would like to skip this one.
Oh. Okay.
My homie Golden.
How about Golden?
Golden.
And Toastmaster Nguyệt too. You join
Yeah,
again.
I can join the negative team.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, coming in. Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
Golden has a plus now.
Wonderful. Oh, fantastic. So if we can break them up into their rooms. So just remember, emotional intelligence is better than IQ in leadership.
Okay, for the affirmative team, now can I have the name again?
Okay, so for the affirmative team, we have Tuyền, Nhật Minh, Nhật Minh, and Nga.
And Nga. Okay, and for the affirmative, negative?
A negative team, we have Thiệt, Golden, and wait.
No, I'm just a educator, so I give them some point of view.
Thiệt, Golden, and Nguyệt, and Toastmaster Nguyệt. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I have opened the breakout room and invited everyone. Did you see the breakout room, everyone? And I will give Bill the co-host so that you can jump in and jump out.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. And Hiệp and also Lee, you would like to be the co-host too, so that you can jump in?
No, I don't need.
Okay. All right. And Twinkie, how are you with the adjudication? Will you be, did you need any assistance?
I think I'm still fine until now.
Okay. I have all confidence in you. If you've done an evaluation, adjudication is fine.
Let's
So
start
I'll now-
before we late.
Okay.
Okay.
I will now join a breakout room.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do now?
Well, we were going to sit here and
And
have
chill?
some
Okay.
fun
Chill and chill.
talking together.
And
Yeah.
sit and chill.
Sit and
Okay.
enjoy. Oh, Bill, what happened?
I don't think that
To start, yes, absolutely, David. I think we should end the breakout rooms now and have everybody ready.
Yes, everyone is out. Welcome, welcome back. I see brilliant bright face ready for the battle. Not stressed at all. Okay, Bill.
Fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to this. It sounded like going to all the breakout rooms. All of you had fantastic points that you were going to make. And I'm really, really looking forward to this. So just remember, your first speakers will define the topic. They will present a brief case and then introduce their other speakers as well. So, and the second speakers will be the main attackers, and then they will also rebut the other teams. The third speakers for each side will be rebutting all the points made by the opposition team, then presenting the summary of the arguments presented by their team. So I'm really looking forward to it. So are we ready to start? Awesome. So now I will introduce the first speaker of the affirmative, Dwayne. Welcome, Dwayne.
Hello, everyone. From the affirmative team, my team include me, Nhược Minh, and Nga Ninh. So the topic I want to debate, my team want to debate is intelligence is more important than IQ in leadership, and I want to have the definition about the EQ. Is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotion. Yeah. We have a strong reason to explain why the EQ is important than IQ. First of all, is EQ can help right collaborations and conflict resolution, because EQ is more about understand people and connect with emotion. So if the leadership have the better EQ, they can manage team. The second argument is EQ can have the EQ can influence people. It means the leadership have the better EQ, they can influence more people than the leadership have IQ. Yeah. That's it.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Glenn. And well done. Well done. First attempt. Excellent. So and now I will introduce the first speaker of the negative team. Pet, welcome.
In your family, who lead your family? Who is the leader in your family? Your father or your mother? In my family, both they are leader. But my father said that my mother is very good at recognize, understand, and manage emotion. So her job is to make small decision with the small stuff in the family, and to build the relationship with the neighbor and relatives so that we are in peace. And my dad is really good at analytical thinking and problem solving. He's good at making more money. So he said that for the big decision in the home, he will be the person who give the final decision, because my mom sometimes she's too emotional and she let the emotion interferes her decision for the big decision at home, like whether we need to buy a car or not, or which brand of the car, or whether we need to invest our money to buy a land or to put in the stock market. So my father could give that decision because he's really good at. And hello everyone, we are on the opposing team, including me, Toastmaster Golden and Toastmaster Nguyệt Chu. We are on the side that for us, IQ and EQ are equally important. None of them more important. So it's because as you said before, in a family is a very small organization, and as you said that they are very important. And we all know that emotion is really important to build the relationship, to connect everybody together. But for the big decision, we need plan, we need analytical thinking, we need problem solving. So where we should not let the emotion to interfere our decision. And think about what happens if you let your emotion interfere your decision. It will lead you to the disaster. So it's really important to we need both. That's why in the big company they have the CEO of the public relation, and they also have a CEO of the technical expertise, to make sure that the company is running well when they have problem in relationship, and when they have problem with the expertise.
Thank you so much there, and well done. And I have to admit, I too get too emotional when I buy a car. Thank you so much. And now I will introduce our next speaker, Nhật Minh, for the second speaker of the affirmative team. Welcome, Nhật Minh.
Oh, yes. Okay. So we are considering whether EQ or IQ is better in working environment and also the family or context, right? So from the first point of the IQ team, you can see that IQ is really important to solving problem and make big decision, right? But when we are a leader, we not only to work with a problem, but we also need to work with people, right? So when we don't take people's emotion and thought into consideration, the people problem becomes problematic. For example, when a father make money and don't care for their son's emotion, their offspring could become have some mental problem. And for working environment, leadership is not only manage tasks and timeline, but also have to manage with people. So a leader needs to care about each person's in the team, about their thought, about the emotion, to empower the team members to step up and to give the idea, because leadership is the one who manage the work, the technical aspect of the work, and also the human perspective of the work. So that is my point.
Thank you so much, Nhật Minh. Great first effort. This is your first time?
Yes, absolutely.
Well done. Thank you so much. And I will now introduce our second speaker of the negative team, Golden. Welcome, Golden.
Thank you. Can you all hear me well?
Yep.
Thank you. To recap and make sure we're all on the same page, by emotional intelligence, we all agree that it's the ability to get along well with people and persuade people to your way of thinking. And by IQ, intelligent quotient, we mean the technical skill, the ability to solve problem and think fast and see the big picture, make decision. And my argument here is at a more macro level, when it comes to life and death decision of nation, of big company, I would argue that intelligent quotients, the heart intelligence, is at least as important as people's skills, if not more important. Think about Apple, for example. Steve Jobs, when he was alive, was kind of a guy with bad people skill, but his competitive edge is his vision, his understanding of the market, and the ability to see the big picture, see where the industry was going. And because of his bad people skill, he was ousted from Apple the first time. But because of his legendary visionary thinking, the hard skill, the intelligent quotients, he was brought back to Apple with his vision and turned the company around. And one more example comes from history. Think back to the Roman Empire, the Roman Republic. In the past, there were times of emergency, times when there was imminent enemy at the gate. The Roman Republic, they appointed a dictator, someone who they all agreed that had the best strategic mind, who was best capable to lead the military, the best man for the job, and whatever he said, they all obeyed. So these two are examples where intelligent quotients matters at least as much as emotional quotient. I would like to give one more example of where emotional intelligence, the ability to get along and persuade people, might actually bring you to disaster. Think about Theranos. Their female CEO is still a very charismatic, gets along very well with people, very good at persuasion, and see how it turns out, because she likes the technical skills, she likes the scientific knowledge to actually understand and make the product that works. So if you rely solely on your emotional intelligence, I would say, okay, you might get along with people, you might be able to fool most of the people for a period of time, but you cannot fake that without the real hard logical thinking and problem solving and technical skills, which I would argue is equally hard to acquire. Back to the speaker, educator, or moderator. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Golden. That was fantastic. Great examples too. And so I will now welcome the final speaker of the affirmative team, Nga. Welcome, Nga.
Yes, true. Well, we agree that intelligence matters. Intelligence is important. But what if you have a perfect strategy or a great plan, but the team doesn't trust you? The leadership doesn't have the empathy with the member and motivated the other and the member don't want to follow you. So EQ is what makes the IQ useful in the real world. Your IQ, the IQ ladder is good at critical thinking, analyze data, but your leadership is not about performance. It's about people. You don't spy people with number, or you don't lead the team with a calculation. You spy them with empathy with compassion and self-awareness to lead by example to the team. So our argument team today. So I will emphasize that our team argument is EQ is more important than IQ. IQ can open the door, but EQ is what keeps the room full of trust and the motivation and the key to for long-term success. So back to you.
Oh, thank you so much. And some great points you made there. Fantastic. And fantastic first effort to you as well. So now I would like to introduce our final speaker, the third speaker of the negative team. Nguyen, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So I really want to say the same. I really wanted to disagree with Toastmaster Nganning on the argument that she just made, but then I realized that actually her argument supported our perspective. So just want to make it clear. We wanted to support the statement. So both EQ and IQ are equally important. And in your argument, you said that if you have a really good strategy, really good planning, but you don't have empathy for your staff, then how could you implement a successful strategy, right? So it really supported our argument. And just want to summarize everything that we have beautifully illustrated so far. So we have gone through the importance of having both qualities, EQ and IQ, at different levels, from family, corporations to the national level. And you can see very clearly that we should not, emotion intelligence alone is not enough. And we should not let emotions override our critical thinking or analytical thinking side. And the second argument here is that if we over rely on EQ, the history, or even in the business world specifically, we can see a lot of disasters when people just rely on emotional intelligence. And that's all for my team.
Thank you so much. And fantastic arguments that you've made, and a great summary of your team's case. So thank you so much. And well done, both teams. You've just done a fantastic job on what is quite a difficult debate and serious debate topic. So thank you so much. So I will now call upon Lee. Twinkie, are you ready to make your evaluation?
I was evaluator for team B. I was its side, so maybe.
Oh,
Oh, it's me.
oh, you are the team of, okay. Okay.
I have 5 minutes, of course, but I have many things to say. Okay, so without further ado, it's my judging session as a adjudicators for Team A. For the first speaker, yeah, of course, you can have good introduction. Your name, your team, your purpose, you come here. But you cannot answer a big question that every audience need to hear. Why do we here to listen to two teams? Why this problem is so important that we have to debate? It's the first meaning of introduction in debate. So you have to show up why this problem is so important, and we have to talk about it. And secondly, that's one thing that I want to warn the first speaker of a first team, that you have a lot of logical gap. So you want to prove that EQ is better than IQ in leadership. So you have to give them your reasons. And after you give them your reasons, you have to prove that this problem is very popular, and also it's very urgent that every leaders have to think about every problem with their heart, with their warm heart instead of a hot brain. So you have to prove instead of making statement and you show off many advantage, and you just think that everybody you just think that everybody believe in what you make up. No, absolutely not. They only believe about your reasonable think, and also your evidence, your data, your statistic that you add into your speak. But there's something that I really love, that you can deliver think very, very well, and also the way that you speak as a Toastmaster is very well. I have nothing to say about it. For the second speaker, I also have to ask another question. Why do you stand up a strong man? Like, EQ is far more important than IQ. It's not equivalent to mental problems. So you set a problem A, EQ better than IQ, and you set the problem B, mental problems, and you make an equivalent point for two things. But it's not true. It's something you made up, and it's called make up a straw man. So you put something equivalent, but it's not. And also, so it leads to a very, very problematic thing. Is that all the arguments you left after that is crap, because you do not focus on the problem that we discussed about. But there's also good thing that I have to praise. You not only claiming everything, but you also prove this argument. Okay, so keep it up, and I hope that you can do it better. For the third speaker, actually, if I have to say, it's not really a decent thing. You have no rebuttal, like some people in the from the opposing side, they claim that, oh, you are wrong, or your problem is not true, or it's unrealistic, but you have no rebuttal. You have to prove that EQ is important, and also why is this far more important. It's not only debate is not only the thing that you claim and you state the advantage of your team. It also refuse all the team, like your team's method or your team assessment is a better way than the opposing team. And also why you have to choose our team. It's a way that you sum up all the data, all the things that two previous speakers speak, and also prove that your team is right, or your team is better than other side, and you have 10 points and they have only 7 points, and you have no drawbacks, they have many drawbacks, and why we have to choose EQ instead of IQ. You don't show it there. And one thing that I want to hear from further debate session from you is that you have to summarize everything. Like, maybe it seems too arrogant that you prove others wrong, but I think that you should sum up every point that two speakers before said, because it's very important to make your team become more logically right. So all in all, I think that is not a decent one, but as a beginner, I hope that you can learn a lot from it, and you will grow from it. This is the end of my evaluation.
Thank you so much, Hip. So thank you so much. I now call upon Twinkie, if you can please make your evaluation for the negative team.
Absolutely. It's such great pleasure listening to you guys. and great honor to evaluate for the opposite team today. They brought very thoughtful argument, very strong structure, and powerful delivery to the debate. And now let me give individual feedback for each speaker, and I believe you also can learn something from my feedback. First of all, from Toastmaster Thiết Vũ. Wow, my first impressions, that is her opening. Very, very, very outstanding. She immediately grabbed our attention with the thought-provoking questions and a personal story from her own family. That emotional connections make the introduction really special, really powerful, really memorable. And then she smoothly transition into presenting a definition for the motion. And I love the way how the team redefined the motion really well, really impressive, redefined the topic. And that showed the deep understanding of the team today. So the strength of Toastmaster Thiết, very engaging hook. The personal story, the version very engaging questions that build emotional connections, really good. And second is clearly define the definition the team follow. And the solid example is very solid example from family to organization. That example it's really real and very familiar with us. The last but not least is I see Toastmaster also, she also can smoothly introduction all the team member. That's really good point. All the requirement for the first person of opposite side is really good of they met. So Toastmaster Thiết, keep up the great work. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that is for Toastmaster Thiết. No recommendation. Good already. Right. Next one is Toastmaster Golden. Golden, I see that his example really, really powerful. And I think it's smartly chosen because Golden refer to organization like Apple, like Roman Republic. That is, I think it's a big organization and that support really well to his opinion. What I appreciate the most or impressed the most was how Golden emphasized the keyword, the key phrase really clearly. And I think like he poured the energy, put a lot of energy, a lot of emotion, a lot of dedication into his into each and every word that make the sentence really meaningful and impressive to me. So strength from Golden is a well-chosen, persuasive example, very confident and passionate delivery with strong emphasis and demonstrated deep understanding of balance everything. Okay, so success for improvement for Golden. I think that do not forget to directly rebut the affirmative team point. Let's show the audience why the idea not good or something like that. So rebut the affirmative team point of view first, then try to present the main argument in a very clear and simple way and summarize briefly at the end to reinforce the message. Okay, first rebut the affirmative team first and then present the main argument in a very short and simple way. Okay, for Golden, next one is for Nguyệt Chu. Wow, Toastmaster Nguyệt Chu, I think she is exceptional as a final speaker. What that stood out the most was very clearly and confidently she rebutted the affirmative side. Like I like the way she said, I disagree this because it's like, and then follow it with very logical and well-organized reasoning. That exactly, I think, what I just want to hear. rebut first and then summarize everything. I think, and at the end, she also don't give any new argument, but she supported and summarized everything. Very good clarity and precision. She tie everything together like a very true closer. So in general, very strong rebuttal phrasing, logical and smooth summary, and a very confident delivery. So I think Nguyệt Chu is such a great example as a debater. I truly believe that all of us can learn a lot from her and look at her as a very role model as a debater. So opposite team, I think that they done an amazing job. Very strong structure, relevant example, and confident delivery. My main only one advice that is always don't forget to rebut the opposite side first and then use the own argument. That create a solid and persuasive flow. So once again, congratulations to all of you guys for fantastic performance. I really enjoyed this show today. Keep debating, keep growing, and keep shining. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Twiki, for a fantastic evaluation. You see, it's very much structured like a Toastmasters evaluation, what you did, and you adjusted it to the adjudication on the negative side. So fantastic work. So now I will go on to our R timer and timer report to David. Over to you, David.
Thank you very much to our trainer for tonight, Toastmaster Bill, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I shall start from the trainer himself, Toastmaster Bill Tran. Allocated time is 15 minutes, went overshot 36 minutes and 15 seconds. So not supposed to be 15 minutes. So hopefully the timing should be different. Okay. The live debates, 6 speakers. For team A, I'll say the affirmative. Is it affirmative? Okay, Toastmaster Tran, 1 minute and 38 seconds. Toastmaster Nyapman. Toastmaster Tiet, I'll do the 1, 2, I'll say crossover. So first, Toastmaster Tiet, 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Toastmaster Nyapman, 1 minute and 52 seconds. Toastmaster Golden, 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Toastmaster Nga, 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Toastmaster Nge, 1 minute and 42 seconds. For the evaluators or educators, educator A, Toastmaster here, 5 minutes and 13 seconds. And finally, educator B, Toastmaster Heng Li, 5 minutes and 36 seconds over time. Back to you, to the trainer.
Thank you so much, David. And yes, I've just pointed out how over time I was. So yes, that is my fault. So now I will introduce us to the voting session, and I will hand that over to our Toastmaster of the day, Gwen Ann. Over to you, Madam President.
Okay, thank you, Bill, and thank you, everyone. So big clap of applause for our amazing sessions. Wow, I was so on the edge when I hear so many good performances from you. Wow, I really amazed about everyone in our team. Like even for Toastmaster with you, Toastmaster Nhật Minh, and Toastmaster Golden who joined us here as the first time. Wow, like incredible. So in order to keep this voting fair, I will only send the link of voting to the people who are not in the debating teams. So I've had sent it to our hero holders. So please look into the private chat if I have sent you the private meeting voting. So we will have vote for the best debate team, which is like the most favorite, to your heart. Not the best, most favorite to your heart. And the most favorite debater to your heart also. So keep it fair and square, okay? All right, please look into your private chat box and give me your response. So far, I have received just one. So maybe take more time. Yeah. And also, the fun is not yet over because we still have a really great session that is report. And before report is group photo. So let's have a way to memorize this, because sometimes you will forget what you do today, but you will remember it when you see your beautiful picture, right? That's why we have to post every single meeting. So everyone, please, if you're not awake yet, clap yourself, open your eyes, have some lipsticks, or Zoom has a function to blur your face, you know? Okay, so everyone ready? We have the signature C icon for C level. So I would like to see everyone put on the C, please. C. Okay, on the mark of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's see if I have captured my beautiful face. If I look good, then we don't have to take another one. Okay, I look good. So let's have another one. We have, today is the debate session, right? Let's have the model for debate like this. Yeah, this. Okay. Oh, okay, everyone. Ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, fantastic. Again, let me check. Oh no, I lost it. Do it again, please. Again. Come back. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you everyone. And let me quick check on our voting session again. Okay. So far I have some responses. That's great. Okay, so now we go to our final part for today. That is the report sessions, because we still have our key role holders who have been observing the whole meeting and ready to give you the feedback now. So first, let me welcome on the stage our listener for today, Toastmaster Tuyền. Let Toastmaster Tuyền to check whether you have been listening attentively to all of our speakers and debaters today. Welcome, Toastmaster Tuyền.
Thank you, Toastmaster Quỳnh Anh. So, as a listener role, I listen during the meeting and take note, and then at the end of the meeting, I will have some the questions for people here to check whether people listen carefully during the meeting or not. Yeah. Just simple, because I know the time is over, so I have 3 questions. The first questions, my questions relate to the training, the session, training of the Bill Tran, Toastmaster Bill Tran. Yeah. Do you remember what is the core principle of debating? Do you remember the keyword?
Definition.
We have the 3M as well, like matter, method, and manner.
Yeah. That's the keyword, important words Toastmaster Bill Tran mentioned during the training session, but not my answer, my question is the core principle. The core principle is the persuasion. Yeah, persuasion. Yeah. About you mentioned 3 pillars. MMM is yeah. That is also the question I want to ask people, but you mentioned. Yeah. Toastmaster Quỳnh Anh mentioned definition. Yes, it's the important keyword Toastmaster Bill Tran mentioned during the meeting. Yeah, and we also apply this during the 2 debating session, right? Yeah. That's it. I just think the 3 questions I want to ask people, but Toastmaster Quỳnh Anh and Toastmaster and guest Gordon Nguyễn
Answer all.
Yeah.
Okay, Tuyền, that is also great. Yes, 3 questions only, but that's like the key highlight and the things that we need to focus on the most from this training today. So it was super clear, and thank you, Tuyền, for the great recap. Okay, and next, let me welcome on the stage a very powerful figure who has a really important role observing the whole meeting from beginning to end. And you know what? She's like a double role too, because she appeared not just once, but twice. And this is the more stressful one because she has to evaluate everyone else who hasn't been evaluated. Let me welcome on the stage our beautiful, charming, Sunsil Hair Model, Toastmaster Lee Twinkie.
Okay, thank you. Before I report my part, please, I wonder a little bit. Do we have a report of the R timer, R counter from David? Do we have?
Oh, yes. Oh, I will just report on the time. So, David, would you like to go on the R also?
Okay. For the R's, for the R department, for the R report, R counters report, I will say that there are only a few pause fillers by the speakers. Only a few. I won't mention names, I would say, because there are very few. So there are only us, us, and mostly are on this part because maybe the speakers are new to debate. Therefore, it is normal to have pause fillers. That's all for me for my report. Over to you.
So maybe they're new to debate. So that's just so funny. Okay, Lee, your turn.
Okay. Well, again, good evening, fellow Toastmaster and Prey debater today. So, as a gender evaluator, I keep an eye on the entire journey today. So I'm very happy to see that all of you really mastered the role. I'm so happy to see you in the new version of yourself, a better version of yourself today. And I strongly believe that you guys have a lot of fun. And with the debater, I believe that in this game, we have no loser, only winner who improve every time they speak. So all of you guys are the winner of yourself today. Right. So now let's move to my report. Wow. First of all, let's see. What makes the level all the way truly special is we have the training section. That is not much club can do that. We have the workshop, we have the trainings. That means we give knowledge, a lot of insightful knowledge first, and then we move to practice a lot. That makes the level really stand out from other. Right. Okay, first of all, I would love to give some of my very humble recommendation for the training sections from Bill. Right. Maybe I will instead Antonio do that, do the evaluator. Okay, if you're happy. Right. So first of all, I see that the strength from this training that is the first very visual, like engaging slide. I think the slide was very professional, very clear and well designed. The layout were very easy on my eye and the visual really have even a very slow learner like me can easily understand everything, understand the concept effortlessly. I love the way he designed everything on the slide today. Colorful but very professional is enough for everything. All right. And I also love the way Bill begin with a very simple and relatable example. Cats versus dogs. I think it's very smart and accessible motion to start before we move to the live debate. It's allow everyone, regardless of experience, to understand, to practice first. And in over, I think the section have very logical flow, building up the knowledge step by step. It feel like I was guided very gently, not so rushed. And I love the training so much. If I have one humble recommendations, I would love to see more interaction in the training part. I would love to see more connection from the audience, not only the trainer. So I challenge Bill to posing more questions to the audience instead of delivering everything in the content yourself. Right. So not only do it keep people engaged, but it also give Bill a bit of a rest when let the audience speak instead of the trainer. Right. Let the audience do some talking for you, Bill. Right. So it's overall was a very fantastic training, very informative, very engaging, and I think it's great warm up 4th debate section. I love more and more training from Bill. Right. So thank you, Bill, so much for spending time today for very informative, engaging training section for debate. I love debate and I want more and more and more. Okay, thank you, Bill. Right. So move to some of the key role holder today. For Toastmaster, for the evaluator, for Hiệp, adjudicator. Hiệp always
Adjudicator.
sorry, adjudicator. Wow. Right. So and I see that Bill also give him a recommendation. Like it's had better if we do everything in a sandwich structure. Like we appreciate the effort of the people. Yeah, and then we move to the improvement point. But in general, I think he have very sharp eye because he can look everything, look at the big picture very well, right? And I challenge him next time, like at the end of the evaluation, he can wrap up everything in a short and simple way of what people really good at and what they can improve for the next time. Wrap up in a short and simple way at the end. But in overall here today, I think that he really take great effort to support people. Even he joined in the breakout Zoom to help people, when the new people, and really care for the growth of people. So appreciative of that. Thank you here for like I love the spirit of the young people like him. Very, very, very like supportive. I like the spirit of the judge. Okay, so move to Toastmaster Tuyền Nguyễn as a listener. Wow, Tuyền today, I must say Tuyền is a very truly attentive because I see Hopefully really highly pay attention to every speaker today. And the question were very spot on, even though just a three question, but as Quỳnh Anh said, it was the key highlight. That is everything we should remember, right? We should reflect after all. That is exactly what we need. Okay, so very great, great report and challenge from Tuyền Nguyễn. I love the question so much. And if I have one recommendation, I still design for more question. Actually, it can be short. It can be short and simple, but I still desire for some more questions. For example, very simple, like anyone say this sentence or anyone raise this motion, or in general, more questions, more simple and short question to check people's attention. Right. So next one is the R counter as the R timer, David. Wow, excellent job. Double row. But I see today David really right, over dedicated because like you pay attention to the time and focus on the art, the filler words. Really great job today, David. Really appreciate the efforts. He really rocked master of this role. Okay, so for the very final thought, I think today we have a very well prepared training section to a very high energy debate and insightful evaluation. I think it's everything we need today. Right. So congratulations to everyone for winning yourself for today. I see your great effort and I look forward to see how we continue to grow and elevate each other. So once again, thank you so much everyone for your great effort. I so appreciate that. And once again, thank you so much. I love your energy today. Thank you. And back to you, Quỳnh Anh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lee. Every time she's on the stage, she always wow the audience with a lot of cheerfulness, a lot of like shouts outs, and it just make everyone feel so warm. Thank you, Lee. It's a hard job to be a general evaluator. You need to have a lot of observance and also to enjoy the meeting as well. And today Lee is like a double role. Thank you, Lee. And we hope that the next meeting, everyone, you will be on the role of general evaluator so that you can have an overview of the meeting like Lee and also talk a lot like Lee. Now we go to our final session, which is the announcement. Wow! Okay. So first of all, please help me have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Bill Tran. Thank you so much, Bill Tran, for all the effort that you put into this training. You may think that it's just like only a 10-minute training with like some time for debating and practice, but it's actually a lot of thoughts and patience and dedications that Bill has poured into in order to have this training for us. And for me personally, it really helped me to have a logical mindset about debate, what it should look like, and also less fearful of it. So I really appreciate Bill for all the things that he have. And please have a big round of applause for Bill. So as you see in SC level, we also have a room for everyone to be the trainer, and you can be as great as Bill, you can be the first time trainer also, but the important thing is that you take the first step and you have something you want to share to the audience. So for our next meetings, we would like to welcome more people to step on a role as a trainer, where you can have more room to share something that you are passionate about, and also to give the value to the audience as well. So thank you so much, Bill, for the training today. And next, we will have the session for the appreciation for the best debate team, which is the most favorite. Sorry, I have to skip the best. The most favorite debate team, which in terms of the persuasiveness of all of the debaters and how the teams working together in order to state their arguments. And which team is the winner? Debate. Who's for affirmative? Raise your hand. Who's for negative? Raise your hand. Okay, I have both of my hands. I don't know who to choose. And the result is congratulations to our negative team, with the argument that EQ or IQ, they are both equally important, and the way that you guys support each other has made you become the most favorite debate team of today. So congratulations. And we also have one final special prize, which is, what is that? What's that prize? For the most favorite debater. The ones who stands out with the fluency, the reasoning, logicalness, and that prize goes to Toastmaster Golden Nguyen. Congratulations! This is his first time joining in our team in our C-level meeting, but he has made such an impression with our audience. So congratulations, Toastmaster Golden Nguyen. Would you like to share something with the audience today, especially for those who have voted for you?
Thank you very much. And as with everything, there's the first experience, the peak experience, and the last experience. This is my first experience with C-level club. And I have to say, it's really a peak experience as well. And hopefully it's not going to be the last one. So thank you all very much.
Yes, we would like to see you more and more in our meeting. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Golden. And that concludes our meeting today. I must say that I am really proud to see everyone today, and I hope that you have an enjoyable time. Just a quick reminder of what we will do in this June, because this meeting is delayed by 1 week. It's supposed to be last week, but because of the conference, so we move it. So that's why next week we will still have our usual and routine meeting, in which we will have the normal session like for the prepared speech and evaluation. So I know that some of you really eager to make a speech, right? Like Toastmaster Tip. Yeah, and Toastmaster Nganning also, like she has some ideas about a speech too. So I would really like to see everyone next week with your speech. And thank you for today. See you next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Well done,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Everyone, bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night,
Oh.
everyone.
Bye.
Holland, you're raising your hand?
Actually, it's automatic. If I do this,
I think that you're raising a statement. I have
No.
emotion. Yeah. Sometimes I raise my hand like this, and then it's like it has a too. Yeah. But Bill, you
Doesn't
just
work
don't
for
have
me.
it.
It worked for me. When I
Goodness.
do this, it just send
Uh,
the icon,
you
the
speak
icon.
so little today, Holland. Yeah. Come back to us, right? Next week with a
Yeah.
speech.
Good one.
But you at least you participated. That was great. I'm really happy about that. So
Thank you.
yeah. No, I'm glad everybody had a go, and that was fantastic. Really happy with that.
Yeah, it went really well, right, Bill?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, so now it's a time to rest. You're like, at
It's
least
very
I
late
see
now.
that your hair is like straight up now. Yesterday was like all over.
Oh no, my hair still, but my headphones are just disguising it.
See?
Holland is raising his
It
hand
works
again.
for you.
It pops up right. And even me. See. Huh?
No, not for me.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll